So we meet again. Uh, Mr. Reed Jones said, let's get the donations rolling. Shall we, my brothers? You guys support me. Will I give you some good work, some good wisdom, share some good stories. Shout out to Mr. Bugatti Wayne, Slime Peso, Ben Blakey, Ralph E, Stella Raz 4485, Lean Machine. Great to see you, Mickey FC. Great to see all you men, wherever you might be, however you might be feeling. Listen, just understand that I'm here for you. I care about you. I'm here to give you motivation, wisdom, knowledge, expertise, all the above. Okay? My Patreon just re-upped today for you to shout out to Stella Rise 4485. Guys, if you want to become a patron, go ahead. I'll put the link up in a little bit. Shout out to the Boston MGTOW. Great to see you, my brother. A day with MGTOW. D'Avery Moore. Oh, we got another video tomorrow. I already got it in the works. So I fell in love with a stripper, and I still do. Shout out to TJ McAvoy Jensen. Great to see you, brother. Poison X, I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on, Poison X? Howard Cooper, great to see you. Love you, brother. All of you, man. So, I had another topic today. You said Patreon is fired. That video with the woman with 6 kids. Listen, see, you're not going to get that type of stuff nowhere else. The Patreon is filled with good wisdom, content. I mean, shit you ain't going to see on YouTube. It's filled with good shit. I love to do it for you guys, man. No homo, because I like to entertain you. I like to give you guys some motivation and wisdom. This is what I love and enjoy doing. Shout out to Silent Shots. Great to see you, my brother. Thank you for supporting. For some reason, I can't super chat from Jamaica. Well, guys, if you'd like to contribute via PayPal, I'll put up the link. All 100% proceeds go to me. If you like, also the Cash App, I will put that link up. All 100% proceeds go to me that way as well. You can pick, choose, or refuse, as my father used to say. So, to the lecture. I had a lot of guys that email me that tell me how they feeling, how, that they're hurting because they fell in love with a woman. And that's understandable. That happens to the best of us. But the issue comes into play at is when she's promiscuous. Now, I've been there. Shout out to David McTow. Thank you for supporting. I've fell in love, head over heels, caught feelings for a woman, a few women, multiple women, that I knew were whores. But what I was trying to do is convert them into good women, into long-term companions. And I was trying to convert these known whores, promiscuous women, into just good women. They were attractive, and they opened up about their past. You know how they've been with multiple women and they slept with multiple guys, and they slept with 15, 20 guys. They've been with all types of different men. And I tried to overlook that. Shout out to the Gatorade Fund. You got support. And when you try to overlook that shit, you end up getting really, really hurt because you know better. See, a lot of the things that us men get into when it comes to dealing with women, we already see the signs. Like when guys ask me the questions in the live stream, and I just laugh. I say, you know the answer. But what the issue comes into play at, us men say she's attractive, she got a nice ass, and a lot of times it be some good pussy and good head. Now, this particular woman I fell in love with and really caught feelings, she used to give me bomb head. Swallow me up. Tell me how good and attractive I was. Tell me how she liked looking at me and all these other things. And yes, I failed. But I didn't want to because I said, I know how she is. She told me she'd been with 20 plus guys. At the time, she said she had been with 28 guys. So I said, what the heck? And I'm just, the plan was with this woman. The plan was to smash and dash, pump and dump, and get rid of her. But I told y'all, like in the last previous stream, the more time you hang around these women, the longer they linger around after your so-called pump and dump session, the longer or the more apt you are to catch feelings for her. And again, John Wayne, that's what you said. It's hard to let them go because the sex is so amazing. Reckless, though, 28 bodies is nothing. Women can sleep with 28 guys in 3 years. Easy. Actually, less than that. But we're gonna give y'all some good work tonight. I told you. So this particular woman, yes, if you guys want to know, she was a fucking pog. She was a nice little slim, thick white girl. She wasn't fat. And I said, man, Darius, you should try one last relationship before you go MGTOW fully. Anyway, everybody says my girlfriend is different. I'm a red pill thinking man, son. And most likely wherever you might be, your girlfriend is talking to multiple guys. Now, I hate to break it to guys like that, but you have to think Mr. Diasco the greatest. Now, here's the thing about me. I can have a girlfriend every day of the week. Yes, my roster is filled with sluts and whores. Yes, as we speak. And there are a lot of men, Mr. Diasco the greatest, DiCasco, whoever the heck, that are fucking your woman, that your woman is talking to. See, when guys come here and say their girlfriend is the greatest, I say, hey, if she's so great, why do you need to tell me that, son? If your girlfriend, if your wife is so great, why tell me? Now, I would ask Mr. DiCasco to call the show because I got the right question to expose him and his girlfriend. Now, Mr. DiCasio, are you up for calling the show? Yes or no? Mr. DiCasio the greatest, are you up for calling the show? Most likely not. But let's continue. Bring it on, okay? 630-618-7110. Tell me your area code because we know we're going to have about 30 guys calling. DiCasio, call in, and if you don't call in, I'll just get rid of you. Now, no one said that I don't dibble and dabble and deal with women and do these different things. Oh, yes, I still do. But I'm smart about what I do. And I know how these women are. So call Mr. DiCasio. We'll give you 30 seconds. Now, don't go running outside or try to act like you're going to get gas because you might be around your girlfriend right now. And you don't want to do that. So, Mr. DiCasio, call. But we know he's afraid. His girlfriend isn't that great. Because if his girlfriend is that great, nobody comes here and says he's that great. Or she's different. All right, well, let's continue with the lecture. If Mr. DiCasio, the greatest, comments again and he does not call me, we will get rid of him. It might be a girl. You never know. So let's continue. Now, this particular woman I fell in love with, and you sharks keep an eye out if he comments again. How do I get more women? Fucking email me. You ask me these questions all the time, like those type of questions. Email me. We can set up a one-on-one session. I told y'all that. You guys are like keep asking me in the comment section, like trying to be slick. But anyway. You shouldn't be asking yourself, how do you get more money? Because you're probably lacking in that department, son. If anybody always asks, how do you get more women? I say, why? How about how do you get more money? How about how do you get more wisdom? How about you set another goal for yourself? But we all know that's too difficult for you. But let's continue once again. So this particular woman that I was dealing with, she said she had been with 28 guys, and she was a really attractive girl. And that's the thing, guys. The average woman is a whore. The average chick is a slut. I promise you, I'm gonna be honest. She sleeps around with multiple guys. You just need to understand this and stomach it. I don't know why it's so hard for guys to think like, man, my girl is so angelic. She would never. Your girl has slept around with many different men in many different states. Shout out to Mr. TJ McAvoy, Jetson. Love you, brother. Like, I have no hate for women ever. I don't hate them. But it's time for me to tell the truth to you guys and continue to tell the truth, because you think that you're the third or fourth guy that she fucked. Really? You really think that? You really think that you're the only girl or only guy that your woman is talking to or has in her phone? That's not the case. She's a known whore. Now, this known whore, she happened to be a school teacher. Okay? And this woman, she's a pretty good girl, but in the bedroom, she's a freak. She had no gag reflex. I was in heaven. But I said, I can't settle down. I can't fall in love. I can't catch feelings with this woman because I just know. But every time she come over and she'd fuck me and she'd suck me, I said, my goodness. And she got to a point. Here's how the whore does. The whore, she knows what you like sexually. So she can do different things with your cock while your cock is in her mouth. She knows what's going to make you fall into a trance while she's giving you head or while she's fucking. Oh yeah, the whore knows these things because she's been with so many guys. It's easy for the whore to adapt to any situation with any guy. So this whore knows what I love. So she's deep throating me, giving me bomb head, and she can feel however she's feeling if I'm about to bust it. And she says, okay, just fuck me. This whore was a really good whore. So afterwards, she used to leave the first 5 or 6 times. Yes, she swallowed. She did everything. She used to tell me, I wanted to fulfill your every fantasy. I said, Jesus Christ. We used to take showers together, me and the whore. And she used to give me head in the shower, head when I got out. Even make me breakfast. And I said, I can't fall. So her hanging out at my place and her leaving, because she used to come about 7 p.m. and she leave at about 11 p.m. She start like the first 6 or 7 times. Then she said, hey, how about I just bring my stuff over for work in the morning and I can go to work from your place. So I said, fuck. I said, okay. Hey, why not? She's already been over 6 or 7 times consistently. Why not? Sure, bring your shit. And I was thinking in my head, I can get some pussy and some head in the morning before she go, and I can get some breakfast. Heck, the bitch washed my dishes. Wrong move. See, the whore knows what she's doing. She knows she's not worthy of a real man. But her job is to nest. Her job is to get you hooked, because sex gets a man hooked. If any of you haven't got a good blowjob and you busted her mouth and she kept going, that is crack. You get addicted. So I said, hey, what the heck? You can bring your stuff over. You can, go ahead, come on in. And she's like, hey. So then she said, she stayed over my house about two more times. She said, hey, Darius, do you mind if I, excuse me. She didn't say Darius. She said, hey, daddy. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. And she knew how to say it too. She knew how to roll it off her mouth. Now, as a black man, when a white woman says those type of things, you tend to lose yourself a bit. So she told me, she said, hey, daddy, I'm going to the store. Can I bring some new pillowcases and a sheet? I said, fuck. I said, okay, no problem, baby. And somehow I start saying baby. I don't know where it came from. I know when it came, because it came when she said, hey, do you want me to bring some, I'm gonna buy some pillowcases and I'm gonna get some new bedding, she said. And I'm like, this chick is a legit slut. What the fuck am I doing? And I'm like, and I just said, type, okay, baby. And that's when it really took off. She comes in and she greets me with a kiss. Now, she never greets me with a kiss. Never. Ever, ever, ever. And on the door that I had, she never put the chain on. See, when I look back in hindsight, she did certain things to try to get me hooked. And she had this whorish look. See, when a woman's a whore and a slut, she don't you know she has that look? A woman that's been promiscuous, she knows what to do to a man. Not just sex-wise and blowjob and head, but she knows how to give off this aura. Kind of like a player. Kind of like a guy who's been with a lot of different women. He knows how to carry himself. And this is how the whore did. So as I, walk in, or as she walks in, she, gives me a kiss. I'm like, and we never kissed. Never. And I'm like, fuck. And I intentionally avoided kisses from her because I knew she was a whore. But she was trying to play good girl housewife. Succubus, slut, thought, whatever you want to call it. So then she puts the chain on the door. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she comes in and she gives me a big hug and said, I missed you, daddy. I'm like, oh my Jesus. And on top of that, she had some pretty nice sky blue eyes, I would say. So I'm like, shit, man, what the fuck? And I'm sitting there like, I know better. I know better. And I'm telling myself, this is not going to end right. This is not going to end well. Because you got to understand, when you meet a woman that slept with that many men, 20, 30 men, 40 men, however many a woman slept with, she's going to bring spirits with her. She's going to bring demons with her from different guys. This was years ago, Fat Mike. So she has this demonic look, and I could tell that her spirit wasn't right, and it was supposed to be strictly pump and dump and me to keep my feelings out. I said she's an attractive girl, but I'm going to keep my feelings out of it. But I couldn't. I couldn't keep my feelings out of it. And I remember, the more she laid with me, the more she rubbed me after we had sex, the more I fell deeper for her. Deeper and deeper. I got comfortable. Then I started to open up about my past, as many men do, pillow talk. And as I opened up about my past, she used to play with my genitals. Oh, shit. She used to play with my genitals while it's like literally therapy, mental and physical. Oh, shit. So, y'all gotta give me a second. Oh, shit. So, she's playing with my genitals, my balls, and my dick, and she's just literally playing with them under the blanket, and she's looking at me, and I'm like, man. And I'm just opening up about things, childhood things that happened. I told her about the scar on my knee that I never really told nobody about. Nut therapy, if you will. Y'all know how it goes. But this particular woman, it was calculated. See, you got to understand, women have game. I've said this before. A lot of you guys believe that, well, she's a female. She don't have that much game. I told you, the more women a man sleeps with, the more game he gets, the more confidence he gets, and he knows how to maneuver and operate in different situations with different women. And it's the same thing with women. The more experience she has with different men, the more things she can do to get him hooked. And that's what she was doing to me. So as she's playing with my genitals, I'm opening up to her. I'm laying on her silky, soft pillows and sheets. As I'm probably, an hour in, about telling her about my day and everything and all that shit. One thing that gets a man excited is when he doesn't have to ask for head. Now, this particular woman, I never had to ask. I never had to ask for head. And that's something miraculous. Jesus Christ. That's miraculous. Anytime, because a lot of times us guys are like, man, I'm horny, this bitch is, then you gotta, let me make the move and shit, and you gotta touch her titties, and I never had to ask for head one time. She loved cleaning pipe, Mickey, or Ralphie, excuse me. And it was some days that I didn't have to fuck her. Jesus Christ. She just enjoyed giving me head. And a woman that can get you hooked is a woman that says, I enjoy giving head. You don't have to ask me. Not asking is amazing. You didn't have to warm her up. You didn't have to finger her or play with her hair. And I remember, because she had long hair down to here, little brunette, straight hair. She used to always, this is how deep the game was with this bitch. This is how deep she was, guys. Y'all know the hair ties? Bitches have hair ties. She used to have a hair tie just on her ring finger. And I remember I said, why do you keep it on your ring finger and not on your wrist? She was like, because I'm married to your dick. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I'm like, man. And I was like, damn, I got it like that. She was like, yes, you do, daddy. I'm like, oh my God, man. And I remember I was like, man, that's what the moment I said, man, fuck her past. It's all good. It's I'll just accept the shit, whatever. I ain't gonna look at her past. We making shit happen. Yeah, she got me good, Boston. She had her hair tie on her ring finger. She intentionally used to come into my place with her hair down. So when it was time for her to give head, she would just pull it off her ring finger and put it up and make things happen. Professional trapper. And I used to ask, so why are you single? It's like, and she's like, I just never found a good guy. Guys took me for granted. And I'm like, that's kind of, so you just never found a good guy? She's like, yeah, a lot of guys are, I just never find a guy that was my type, and you're my type, daddy. Like, God, man, you got to say that all the time? So then we went from hanging out in my place for a couple months. And I said, well, I guess we could, go get something to eat. So I said, hey, you want to come with me to get something to eat? Wrong move. That's the wrong move. Because when you start going out with the whore, the slut, the thought, she starts to believe that, oh, I got him now. So I said, I remember the day. I said, hey, let's go to McDonald's. So we go to McDonald's and we go through the drive-thru. And we come on back. And then 2 days later, we go to McDonald's again, and I'm about to go through the drive-thru. I was feeling good. I was like, "Hey, you just want to go in?" She's like, "Yeah, let's go in, Daddy." I'm like, oh, shit, "Okay, let's go in." Then. So I park, and that's when we go in. So now we're basically officially exclusive in a way. She orders, I order, and we sit down eating, and that's when the laughter starts. Because I was like, hey, we out and about, and we chopping it up, and we just, we just having a good time. Then the next day, we go to Six Flags. She said, "Hey, you want to go to Six Flags?" I said, "Cool, let's go to Six Flags." And that's when I start putting the whore out on social media. Oh my damn. I put her out on social media, which is the worst move to do. I changed my relationship status to a relationship with this bitch. Now on her mutual friends, I knew a couple guys who smashed because they told me about it. But I said, man, yes, Six Flags in Gurney, if you don't know. And I said, I got some congratulations and everything, and I'm looking like, she's an attractive girl. It's like, yeah, she got a couple dudes that smash, but I'm like, I was thinking like, who hasn't smashed chicks, right? So we go out to Six Flags, and we having a good time, holding hands, bonding, riding roller coasters. We hanging out in the y'all know the line's long as hell at Six Flags. So we sitting there, me and her chopping it up so we're spending tons of time together. We just talking and having a good time, laughing, etc., etc. Y'all, I know it's gonna get worse. And as we're going on the Raging Bull and all that, we're holding hands and woo, having a good time. No, I didn't get fucking married to this bitch. Not at all. Then as we're leaving the park, she says, "Hey, you want to go over there so I can give you some head?" So I'm like, man, we out here adventurous, having a good time. So she gave me head, and my balls was sweaty as fuck because it was July. We spent all day out there. It was about 88 degrees. And I said, "You want to go home and get a shower?" Because I never had any sort of extracurricular sex outside my place. And I'm like, she's like, "No, we good." She's like, "I got you. I'm going to take care of you." And I'm like, okay, shit. So we go over a little spot, top me off. And I'm looking like, man, I remember. As she gave me head, I said, "Man, baby, I love you. Real talk." And she looking up at me with those sky blue eyes, and I'm like, man. And what goes in her head, she's like, I know she's like, I got him, finally. And I remember I said I love her. She started to go deep and long. Long, deep throats, no homo. And I'm looking like, man, it was game over for me, Ralphie. Game over, Booster Coyote. Hey, make sure I donate to the church, man. What the hell going on? So, we're driving home, and I'm talking to her. I'm like, "Listen, man, I'm feeling you. I really want to be with you, etc., etc." And, I'm holding her hand. She's like, "Yeah, I want to be with you too, Daddy." But she wasn't a pog. She was a slim, thick pog, so she wasn't fat. And we going home, riding home, having a good time. We still together for about 3 weeks. Then the third week after I told her I loved her and everything like that, I get a text message from a guy, a screenshot. And this guy says, "Hey, yo, Darius, ain't that your girl?" And he sent me a screenshot of this female who was on the Plenty of Fish dating app. Uh-oh. And I'm looking like, I'm like, somebody, I'm like, that's my girl. I'm like, nah, I ain't. And I'm looking like, man. And now you know if the Plenty of Fish dating app is a whoring website, you know, it's plenty of whores and sluts. That's what it is. Any dating app is. So I'm looking at the guy. I'm like, my buddy's like, yeah, I think that's your chick. And I'm like, somebody probably used her profile because she was an attractive girl. And I'm like, she had her. The eyes is what really did it. The eyes are what really, really did it. So I said, man, I let a day go by. Then I said, fuck. And I'm looking like I should keep it just low key. Cause I'm thinking in my head like I'm already changed the relationship status on Facebook. I've already everybody knows about this chick. No, they weren't regular blue eyes. They were sky like. Y'all see this chair? Well, this is teal, pretty much like this chair. Literally like this chair. Now imagine her give you some bomb top, and she looking up at you. Imagine her not having a gag reflex. Man, you'll be done. But let's continue. So we what was I at? So 2 days later I say, hey, and by that time, like between the 3 weeks, we have pretty much moved in together. And I say, I say, hey, is this you? And she was like, she looked at it, she was like, somebody used my dating profile, my pictures. I was like, oh yeah, I thought that. And I'm looking like, and then she's like, yeah, I'm like, that's kind of true. You're an attractive girl. I'm like, bitches do use stuff like that. And in my mind, I'm like, and I go home, and I'm looking like, fuck. Something's fucking off. And we're living together, literally. And I'm looking like, man, I'm in love with this bitch. Man, I changed. People know about her. It's like, wow, this is impossible. I've done things with her. I held her hand. We had bonding time. She was like my therapist, literally. It wasn't just like a pump it up sex thing. She was literally my therapist. I told her everything. To my first basketball game when I was 4 years old. Till then when we met. So as I'm sitting there, pondering, I had worked night shift. So I said, I went to work. I'm like, 2 days later, she's laying down. She's like, after we fucked, and she was like, I went to work, gave her a kiss, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm sitting at work, and work had started at 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And I'm it's at midnight, a little after midnight. And I'm like, man, I can't have this on my conscience. So I told my supervisor, hey, I got an emergency. So I zoomed all the way home. Tears running down my face. I'm like, man, I love this bitch, man. This can't be, man. Because I knew in my heart, I said, man, this can't be. So I zoomed home. And I'm like, hey, baby, I'm like, wake up. I'm like, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, listen, you just got to tell me, man. I'm like, and I remember me standing, I was standing up. I was like, listen, just tell me the truth, man. I'm like, I'm like, and I was at the point, like, I was going to say, I know you're a whore. You had your past. Let's just tell me the truth so we can move forward. That's the point I was at. Joey G, we fucking know that. I'm telling you the fucking story. Don't give me any fucking advice in here. God damn. Anyway, let's continue. So I come in the room and I'm like, I'm like, listen, you can just tell me the truth. You can tell me, just say you made a profile just because you was curious. That's what all the thing I wanted. I was like, just delete the profile. Let's continue with our life and let's just continue to have a good time. And she's like, and I remember she looked at me. And she was like, she's like, that's not my profile. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And it had her height. It had everything. And I knew how she typed her biography, or not biography, her bio. I don't know, Ralphie. I don't know, but we were together a lot, like pretty much like 75% of the time. So, but, I mean, it takes a couple seconds for a chick to smash a dude. It's not. So then I'm sitting there, and she laying naked in the bed, and she's looking at me, and that's where I knew I seen the demon. I swear to God, God is my witness. Give me a second. But anyway, forgive me, guys. So I'm sitting there. That's when I seen the demon. I have to give y'all a quick pause. Anticipation. So I'm literally looking at her, and I'm like, babe, I'm like, just say you did it so we can move the fuck on. I'm like, it's whatever. Because I was at the point, look, I accepted you when you was a whore when I met you. Just say you fucking like, just say you created a profile, you was curious, you wanted some attention. That's where I was at. And I'm sitting there, tears streaming on my motherfucking face, because I was literally in love with this bitch. Literally. And I'm looking like, listen, just say you did it. And she looking at me, and you can see her eyes, because there was, I mean, the motherfucker looked really good. And she looked at me with this literally, it was almost like a demon. She was like, that's not my profile. And we're sitting in there in the upstairs in the room for about 15 minutes. I'm like, dude, I'm like, let's just tell me, just say you did it. Cause I'm like, that's how, and I'm like, listen, babe, that's your profile. That's how you write. That's how you type, your height. I'm like, the bitch was 5'2". I'm like, so I'm like, come on, man, and it had the area that we lived in. Ironically. Yes, she had a tongue ring. And she had her nipples pierced. And I remember she was a hairstylist, so she had, and I probably told y'all about it a little bit. She had my name tattooed on her ring finger. Yes, my name Darius on her ring finger. So I'm like, and I thought it was mad. I thought it was my bitch. I thought it was my woman. No, she didn't have a nose ring. So then, I'm like, just tell me, man. I'm sitting there letting her know, like, oh, hairstylists are the biggest sluts. Hairstylists and makeup artists, man, I fuck so many hairstylists and makeup artists, it's ridiculous. So she's looking at me literally like, it's like her face changed. And I remember that fucking night. And I worked third shift for a while, so it wasn't, I was like delusional or like tired. Her face literally changed. Like it was like, and she looked at me in the eye, she was like, that is not mine. And I'm like, bruh. And I'm sitting there like, all right. And I go back to work, right? Zoom all the way back to work. And stop fucking asking me these questions, staying ready. I told you to fucking say, if you want all these questions about approaching women in conversation and all this shit like that, and all this other whatever you want, just email me. I ain't doing all that right now. She literally shape-shifted in front of me. God is my witness. And I'm looking at her like, this, it literally, and I looked at her, I'm like, she was just, I'll never forget her face. Because I'm like, you don't have to fucking lie. Just say that was mine and just delete this shit. I mean, we already have pretty much moved in together. Shit. Just say you fucking, that's what point I was at with this chick. That's how much in love I was with the whore. I said, just tell me that was your profile. We move on, whatever. And I believe that was true. She didn't want to delete it. So then I zoomed back to work. And then I get there, it's about 1:30 a.m. We go on break at 2. And I'm sitting there on break. I'm like, and I remember my buddy was like, "Hey, Derek, you cool?" I was like, "Yeah, man, just got some things going on." And he was like, "Hit me up if you need," because he knew how I was. We hung out a ton. And it's about 3 p.m. Oh, excuse me, 3 a.m. And I'm looking like I can't even concentrate, man. So I just left the facility. Left. Didn't tell my supervisor I was leaving again because I just couldn't wait another 3 hours. That it seemed like every minute was like a whole 10 years. So then I just leave the facility. I said, man, I can't handle it, man. I'm like, man, and I'm sitting there. I'm literally praying. I'm like, man, don't tell me I fucking made a mistake with this bitch. And I'm sitting there. I'm having flashbacks to we first met, to the Six Flags, to all types of shit. And that time I had like a Vine account. If y'all know what Vine is, that was like years ago. Vine, shit, that bitch might still be on there. I didn't even fuck with it a while. But y'all know Vine is. But anyway, we used to make like me and her make loops of Vines. It's like a 5-6 second thing. I think they deleted it now or something like that. Or they sold it. But anyway, everything was flashing before my eyes. And I remember as I'm driving, it's a one-way road, and I'm sitting there driving, and it was kind of rainy. I don't know how I survived. Yes, the period of Ultra got. Vine got deleted. So I'm driving, and I'm literally almost getting hit by this truck. Like we were so close to like side to side. I don't know how I survived. And then I get home, and she like, "Daddy, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." So I remember, I never forget. I'm literally laying in bed, and she's like, "You home kind of early? You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm looking like, man, I knew it was over with. I knew that whore wasn't my woman. And I'm laying in bed. I'll never forget. I'm sitting there, tears rolling down my eyes. I'm talking about crocodile. I'm like, man, because I'm sitting there, I'm thinking like, bruh, everybody knows about this chick. Everybody knows about this chick. I'm telling you, we used to post videos on Facebook. Y'all know, oh, matter of fact, y'all know that fucking, what was that challenge where they had to pour water on each other's head? It was like ice cold water or some shit. Y'all know that challenge? It was like years ago. I forgot that fucking challenge. Ice bucket challenge or some stupid shit. Y'all know the ice bucket? There we go. We did ice bucket challenge. We was doing, we posted pretty much a ton of stuff every week on Facebook, me and her. So I'm sitting there like, man, if I get rid of this bitch, like it's gonna be embarrassing. And I'm like, yeah, ice bucket challenge, there we go. So I'm sitting there like, man, everything flashed through my head. I'm sitting there laying. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And I'm like, man, everything wrong down. Then the bitch had a nerve to say, baby, it's gonna be okay. Like, bitch, what you mean? And I'm sitting there like, man, this bitch rubbed my chest, kissing my forehead. And I'm like, man. And I just knew it was over with. And then I remember I said, listen, man, just fucking say it. And I remember, I'll never forget, I was like, and she was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, bitch, just fucking say it. Just say it's your profile deleted so I can get back to fucking work. Because then I got fired anyway. Because I had left the facility the second time when I asked. I just boom. And I'm sitting there like, just fucking, and I'll never forget, I was yelling at her. I probably ain't never been that mad in a long time. I'll tell you, I was mad at my kids' mom. That was a few years ago. But that's another topic. So then I'm like, bitch, listen, just fucking say it. And she's looking at me, guys. It's semi-dark. This is the twisted part, right? It's semi-dark somewhat. And you can see her eyes are pretty much like cat's eyes. So you can see them. They're not brunette. They were brown and were green. They were really, really, really light blue. And it felt like I was looking. So I turned this and we're pretty much, laying side by side with each other. And it felt like I was looking at a demon. And I'm like, man, that's the moment I said, man, I got to get up. And I got up And I remember I went and I left, and then I came back, right? Do you know my shit was outside? All my shit was outside. And I'm like, cause I moved, we went to, she moved to, we moved into, it was like her place, but we just moved in. Cause we was basically lived together for like, what, 3 weeks? And I'm sitting there like, I come in, I'm like, cause I just have some shit on my mind. All my shit outside. I pull up like, and I'm, her car is there, and I'm, knocking and everything, nothing. So she pulls up in another car. I don't know whose car was it. Probably was another dude's. I don't know. She says, you need to leave right now. I mean, wait a minute. And I'm looking like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is going on? And she like, you just need to leave. And she's like, you need to leave before I call the fucking cops. What the I'm like, bitch, we're literally just together. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, and then at the point I'm panicking, I'm like, listen, baby, let's just talk, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, listen. And she just said, you better leave or I'll call the cops. And she's like, get ready to dial the number. And I'm like, so I got in my car and I drove. I probably drove like a half a mile away. And I'm sitting there like, this shit can't be happening. This shit is not fucking real. It's like I'm literally with this chick less than 24 hours ago. And I'm looking like, and I'm thinking like, what the fuck happened? And it was like no remorse. No remorse at all. And I'm like, wow. So I get all my shit, pack it up and everything. And I'm sitting there mad as hell. Twisted, fucked up shit, right? And literally I was like, this can't be fucking life. I'm like, and how quick and subtle. That's why I tell you guys when I drop these videos, they're so quick and subtle. But you gotta understand, like you gotta think the amount of time we were spending together. We were together like 6 days a week. Literally, I kid you not, 6 days a week. 5 to 6 days a week. And what solidified it was when she got my name tattooed on her ring finger. Like that's a tattoo. The bitch probably still got it unless she got some tattooed over right now. I don't fucking know. It meant nothing to that whore. And I'm sitting there like, and I'll never forget, I'm sitting in my car at like a parking lot. And like, I'm sitting there like, man, I should have just fucking smashed. And I remember telling myself, I'm like, I should have just fucking smashed. I remember I kept telling myself, I should have just fucking smashed and left. Like, and stopped fucking with her. And, that was it. Then I tried to call her maybe like a couple days later, voicemail. Then I said, let me go back to her. Then I said, it was like 2 days, it's like a day and a half later. And I said, let me go back to, to her place. Just, things calmed down. Because I was in love with the bitch. Period. So then I knock on her door. It's like kind of late at night. And it was kind of raining a little bit. And then I said, you know what, she probably won't talk to me. So my simp beta cuck ass. No, it wasn't no simp. It was just like, I wrote her a letter. I said, let me write you a letter. And just in case she don't want to talk. So I wrote a letter and let her know how I feel. I put everything in there. All that shit. Because in my head, I'm like, yo, this is literally my bitch. Like all this, like, what the fuck is going on? I'm literally confused. I'm like, this shit is weird. And no, I was actually double-sided. One on the front, one on the back. So then I'm like, it's raining at night, and I'm standing there with the. I'm serious, true. It seemed like simping is worse when it's raining. So I'm sitting there raining, not raining. I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking in my head like, okay, it's gonna add a little more effect, as far as me showing some courage, because when it's raining, it's a little different feel. So it's raining, it's shit coming down, and I'm in there. I get my umbrella out, got the little the little letter, And I'll never forget. I walk up and I ring her doorbell. She looks out of her shade, and she like, because it was a screen, it was a door, and she opened the screen, and some black dude standing there, and he looking like he basically looking over her, like standing behind her like pretty much like a guard dog, and he was like, "You need to get the fuck out of here and leave." And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? And I'm like, man. So I just left, and I had never heard from the bitch again. That was that. Crazy, wasn't it? Never fall in love with a whore. Never. Yes, this will be on Patreon if you guys want to. Watch it. Excuse me. When you grow to see it, it's worse. No different, no offense, but it's what it is. Get women killed, bruh. I fell in love with a whore, and I remember I said, man. And now y'all want to know why I promote Smash and Dash? How many times you need to heal? Like, now y'all want to know why I promote Smash and Dash? Is because so many of these women look like good, righteous, nice, kind women. I'm talking about, honestly, I can say, as far as like dealing with a woman, that was the best experience I've ever had. Aside from those 2.5 days that, it was a downfall and we broke up. That was the best experience I've ever had with a woman. As far as caring, nice, like good time, hanging out, all this shit. Like, it was the best by far, period. Right? By fucking far. That's something I would admit. Other than those two and a half days. So that was it. And I was like, it took me somebody said how long it took me to get over. That shit took like that shit took a while. A long ass fucking time. But I was like, fuck it, man. That was crazy. I would have whacked the bitch. No bullshit. I would have settled down with her, married her, and all that shit. But that was it. Sung by Tyrone, whoever the fuck. I don't fucking know. But there's a twist to it. Because I did see her again. Physically. Not physically in person, but online. Y'all know why I told her she's a whore? Well, I happened to be on Tinder, right? And I'm swiping years ago. And I see her profile. And I'm going like, that's that bitch. So I just happen to click it. And she has on her profile, find me here. And it's some like online like sex thing of videos where you can purchase videos of the particular person and you can see them getting fucked by different dudes. So she was literally a prostitute. Literally online. I forgot what website it was. It's insignificant. So I happened to click on the website and I'm like, this bitch is a legit prostitute. Like a legit prostitute. And I always tell you, man, this is true story, guys. You can't turn a whore into a housewife. You can't turn a whore into a housewife. Unfortunately. It will never happen. Guys, please listen to me. It will never happen. Never. Ever. Yeah, she did porn. It's like it was a little lower level porn. It's just that simple. I was like 24, 25, 24, 25, 25, something like that. And That's what it was, and it was. She's a whore. I'm like, man, this is what can you do as a man? Um, y'all want names? That's how thirsty y'all. A lot of y'all still simps. Y'all want names and like links for research purposes. Y'all stop that shit. Shout out to Mr. Golden Child just passing the plate around. You guys support the stream, man. Thank you, Golden Child. Pass the collection plate. Adrian D said, "Love is the most dangerous emotion. When bad, it leads to anger, sadness, and depression, etc. It hurts me. That means it hurts the strong and kills the weak. What don't kill you makes you stronger." Shout out to Adrian. It's true. What doesn't kill you makes you legit stronger. And I just do I think about her often? I don't know. Sometimes I go a long time. A lot of these bitches I don't even fucking remember. That's how it is, man. Now y'all want to know why I say, man, just smash and dash. Y'all playing these games, bro. Because these bitches not who they think they. Listen, you have to understand something. Once she's a slut, that's her promiscuous past. Which means if she's used to fucking with guys, she can't cut that. Do y'all understand that? You can have the best dick. The bitch had my name tattooed on her ring finger, what she did. That doesn't matter because she could not stop. She could not stop. I mean, guys, and we spent like 5-6 days a week together, like literally. And that's how women are today. It's at the core with these women. And it's unfortunate, but that's life. Every man is dealing with a whore. It's sad. And she's probably still on the low prostitute, low level cam shit, fucking dudes for bread. She's a legit prostitute right now. That was a couple years ago. I seen her profile. Shut the H Punch Benign. It was just my turn, and I knew I could have saved myself a lot of heartbreak, a lot of heartache, a lot of headaches, a ton of tears, a ton of pain. Only if I said, just fuck her and keep arm's distance, but I didn't do it. And I think what it was, honestly, what she wanted to do is see a man broken. Like when I look back at it more and more, when I look at certain things, that wasn't normal. That's not a normal thing for someone to do. To do all these different things with an individual, then all of a sudden, boom. That's cynical, demonic. Honestly, it's literally demonic. It is. It's demonic for an individual to do that. So, you can't turn a toe into a housewife. It's just your turn. What can you do? She's a satanic individual because when I think about it, I'm like, we did all these things. And I think back every once in a while. It's rare though. I'm like, how could that be? And only explanation, it's not logical. Because it's sadistic, it's literally demonic, and it's borderline, it's chaotic. It's like, and when I start thinking about this, like a lot of these women, when I dig deeper and do research on things on my own time, it's like these women enjoy bigging men up and making them feel good. Kind of like, Samson and Delilah, if you guys are kind of biblical. They love to make men feel good, big them up, hold hands with them, go out and do different things. As soon as you're at the peak of happiness, I found out with women, as soon as you're at the peak of happiness and being excited, you love being around them, and they sense that you can't go up no more, that you can't get the emotional high can't get any higher, what they do is they break you, boom, they'll chop you down, boom. As crazy as that sounds, some of y'all like, that's not true. As crazy as it sounds, it's like a roller coaster effect. And the vast majority of these women get off on that. That's why when you deal with a woman, you think everything is going good. and she's looking to destroy you. And that's why I try to get you guys to understand, women are looking to destroy happy men. They don't want you to be, they want you to be depressed and miserable. They want you to be hurting. This is the average woman, man. I came to realize this shit. A lot of y'all think I talk. The average woman wants to see you down and hurting and seeing you broken. Because deep down they hate men, but they still crave masculine energy. And so many guys say, my girls is different. Bro, really? Really? That's why I say I don't try to get relationships like that. Because she's fucked so many different guys before me. Do you honestly think that I can just come in the picture, me being a good man and everything going well, and all of a sudden, she just not a slut anymore? All of a sudden, she's just a good girl? You think you can do something for her like that? She was like that before, she's going to be like that after you. She's going to still be having her dating profiles. She's still going to have all the guys on her phone. That's how it is. Just accept the whore. Fuck her and chuck her. Fuck her, keep your arms distance and chuck her. Because what'll get you, I noticed with dealing with the whore, you'll be used to fucking her and she'll start to stay overnight. You say, all right, fuck it. We fucked about 6-7 times. You can stay overnight. Fuck it. And that's when it starts. And I remember that's when it really started. When she said, hey, can I, I can go to work after, after we hang out or in the morning. Can I stay overnight? And I said, oh, yeah, sure. And that's when it started. Because the first 5 or 6 times, she used to just leave. She used to come home like 7 p.m. and leave like 11 p.m., 11:30. And that's what happens. Once you start spending quality time with the whore, she know you done. Because she know the head and the pussy is that good. The affection is that good. She know how to rub your hand. She know what a kiss. If you like your head kissed, your neck kissed, head in the shower, head while you taking a shit, literally. Y'all think I'm serious? Everything you want, that's what the whore does. Sad as it is. Nothing you can do. They love to see men down. I noticed that about women. What can you do as a man? That's fucking Chuck. The older you get as a man, you start to see this shit. And they're not going to settle down anytime soon. Hot girl summer. Yes, I'm winning. Thanks to... I see, the one thing I appreciate with these women, they've given me so much ammunition. Jesus Christ. I can tell stories to Kingdom Come dealing with these women. They've given me tons of ammunition for life. I honestly don't have to have sex with another woman in my life. I have so much ammunition and experience with so many different... It's nothing. They're hoes. Realize that? Let them be hoes. And that's it. Don't try to, go for walks with them, hold their hand, and they hoes. Let them be hoes and keep it moving. You're not safe dealing with the whore. Just imagine living out here and not knowing this, bro. I know. I always think about the too. I'm like, what if I never found any of this shit? Wow. We dealing with legit hoes out here, Like women that just like they're walking demons, my brothers. Y'all think I'm just joking about this? No, they're walking demons. They're fucking and going to different men. Bounce, 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 bounce. You understand? These women don't believe these women that say, "Oh, it just didn't work out." No, they just need a new dick. Like they just need a new dick because they have that itch. That's how it is, guys. Y'all think I'm like this? No, they need a new penis. It's not nothing that you do, but they'll make up some bullshit and play the victim so they can go fuck with another guy. They do that whole shit. They're hoes. Just accept it. When you accept what I'm telling you, you can act accordingly and keep arm's distance from these bitches. That's all. You don't gotta like, man, bro, I'm gonna, there's some good women out there. That bitch about 28, 29, 30 years old. Really? If she's so good, then why is she still single? Oh, yeah, because she's not good. She's not. She will put on her front like she is good. Then the real demon will show 3-4 months down the line. Maybe 60 days down the line. It's how it is. Let her be a whore. You smash, you dash, and stop trying to, because it's going to be hard for you to let that go. Because you know what you're going to tell yourself? You're like, man, I knew she was a slut. Why didn't I just fuck her? Why didn't I just chuck her? Why did I go out and do different things with her? Why? Sad as it is. Supporting the cause, dropping the red pills, dropping them red pills. Guys, we 60 minutes over. Go ahead, call the show, 630-618-7110. Excuse me. I'll put up the link. If you got a slut story, please don't make it too long. Call the show. Would love to hear from you. Also, we are dropping a video tomorrow. I told you guys this many of times. You said do a longer show, Darius. Please, mate. Well, have you supported the channel or a patron? You want to see me in my service, but what do? You don't contribute to the cause. But I don't do this just for you, my brother. Come on, Simps, put the fleshlight down and call in. Shout out to somebody's a patron. Thank you, my brother. He said more stories. That was a brutal story. It sucked. And that's going to be on the Patreon, too, if you guys want to become a patron. I'll put that up in a second. Actually, right now. That took, it took some life out of me because I'm reminiscing like, God damn. Y'all call the fucking show so I don't have to sit in somewhat silence. Like that shit really, it took life out of me damn near right now. Those are war stories that you can't like come back from type of shit. You're a good salesman, Darius. People always tell me that shit. Imagine me talking to these sluts like that. Oh, I sell these bitches a dream. But anyway, if you want to listen to this live stream again, any other videos, whatever case of you just want to support me, pick a tier, click on the Patreon link and support me. Call the show, guys. I know we got sip stories. Else I can tell another one. I did almost. I got another bitch I fell in love with. Nothing was more tragic than that shit. Nothing was more tragic than that. Hey, but at least Blue Eyes gave you a nice memory. That bitch, I ain't gonna lie, that bitch was on point. That bitch was on point. I went now I know why I caught her. I seen her on that little some I forgot what website she was doing some little amateur porn type of shit, getting her little bread or whatever. Now I see why it 1+1 = 2 and shit. It's crazy, bro. She had me hooked. When I say she had me fucking hooked. Like, and the thing about it is, she could have did that to any one of you. Matter of fact, about 99% of you guys. Period. Hooked. Hannibal Lecter. Oh shit. I mean, every guy wants a PPR and star skills. Never. And she was like a porn star. I'm like, God, this. I'm like, and I'm imagine like, man, this bitch is up. She just chewing me. I'm talking about, man, I'm done. I'm looking like, man, I can't. I'll never forget, man. But those were good times aside from the 2 days of the fuckery. But man. What's your name? Talk to us. Where you from?
Hey, man, I'm gonna keep it real short. This makes sense, like.
Hey, what's going on, my brother? Talk to me.
Hey, first of all, man, your story, I was getting pissed off over here just listening to your story. I was feeling the emotion on my end of what you went through. And the reason why is because I can relate. I got so many stories just like you. And you brought a flashback real quick. I was in college, and I was dating this girl. And she played the same games with me. In the beginning, everything was great. She used to cook for me. I used to sneak in her dorm room. She used to keep the whole dorm hall building open. She used to crack the door for me. And I used to sneak in, and everybody on the campus knew we was dating. And then she started seeing this football player, and the same situation, exact situation, even down to the rain, man. I remember one day driving to her apartment. She was staying off campus, and we were arguing the whole time. I came from one side of town to the other, arguing with this bitch the whole time, all the way up to her front door. And then when I got there, we wasn't arguing anymore. It was like she wanted to do that to have makeup sex, and it was always a shit test to see where I was. And the whole time she was fucking the football player at the one of the big alpha guys on the football team, and I was the drum major on the marching band. You know, I was the alpha guy on that side. She was double dipping, and everybody on campus knew except us. You know, and so it was crazy. Man, I know those emotions. And the second thing that happened to me was the girl that took my virginity did me the same way, the same exact way. Yeah.
Man,
so when you said all that, all those memories popped back up. You just sprung. It was buried deep in my brain. I forgot all about those situations.
That's how it should be. It'd be like that shit was. It was so crazy. Cause the reason why, guys, it's crazy that they call you the Ralphie said the butt busted guy. When that bitch said her asshole was busted out. You said that bitch what's his name?
That asshole was blown out like a tailpipe,
man. The reason why, guys, it's so traumatizing when because we don't expect it. Like,
right.
Women spring it on us so quick, and we're on this emotional high, and we like literally are falling for these women, or we win them, we love them, whatever the case may be, however you feeling, and then boom, it's cut, and you like, wait a minute, like emotions are literally like a drug, and when that drug addict or the drug dealer, which is the woman, cuts that shit and be like, nope, I ain't giving your I ain't giving you no your emotions anymore, your sex or your drug, you start losing it. You like, because you want more of it, but you want it from that particular dealer, the emotion, the sex from that woman. So you start losing it, and it's that dopamine and euphoria. Exactly.
Yep.
It's crazy.
And man, I slipped my mind real quick what I was about to say. Oh, I was gonna say this, Darius. I used to blame myself for situations like that. Darius, we grew up in a time where in the 90s and 2000s it was all this simp, music out here, the simp movies out here. We was in a time where it was all lovey-dovey R&B songs and chocolates, cards, candies. We lived in that generation. We were programmed to be this way, to be simps. It wasn't like we woke up and just decided to be simps. we were raised this way by our parents and the people around us. Valentine's Day in school, you know, it was like a whole big thing for us. It was our culture, you know, and so we finally took the red pill, and we're never gonna go back to that person we used to be.
It's crazy, man. It's man, this pill, bro. Like that's why, man. Once you know female, I don't know. You got all these dudes on YouTube and shit that's talking like, yeah, man, you know about like if you got. I heard there's so many guys, a few guys like once you take the red pill, you know about female nature. Well, you can treat them according. Bro, you ain't gonna be able to fuck with them like you used to on a blue pill beta level. Like you gonna be like. You can't fuck with them like that. You can't take them serious because you like, man, these bitches is, man, like really, you know. So it's impossible to go down that route with them again. But
and it's not being paranoid. It's just that you always look at them with the side eye. You 2 steps ahead of them. You know what they're gonna do because I don't know about you, Darius, but I've met so many women from different races and ages, and
oh
they
my
all
god,
do the same thing. It's like they all copy the same blueprint.
Exactly. They all like. Oh man, and it's like you've been to many countries, I've been to many countries, and I fuck with these different women, many states and all that, and it's like it's again like y'all do. It's like the same thing, and there's not like it's all like low level bitches. It's like I fuck women who made $100,000 a year, $200,000. I made fuck women who have master's degrees, PhDs, and it all the way down to high school dropouts. I mean, it's like the same sort of programming these women have.
Same chick.
And it's like the same fucking type of chick. They play games. It's like, man, these bitches is fucking, they fucking trash, bro. They
Hot
fucking,
garbage, man.
Man,
it doesn't matter what age they are, or what class bracket they're in, or what color they are. I'm here to. I agree with you 1,000%.
And I'm trying to keep it real with y'all. I'm not even fronting. I'm not bullshitting y'all. Like, I got so many stories. Like, I got these women are. Y'all gotta understand what's out there, guys. Like, these are savages we're dealing with. Like, and that's why I urge, man, I say, yeah, go monkey. Yeah, I tell guys, I give them tips on how to deal with women and what to expect and all these different things. Y'all know how to, but it's like, at the core of these women, they designed to be savages and get what they need to get from you as a man. And that might not be money. Like, it could just be seeing you crying, seeing you begging her and wanted to get back with her and calling her a ton of times and texting her and say, baby, baby, baby. Women get off on that shit because they love to see men down. Like, if everybody knows who Samson Delilah is, she just wanted to know his strength so she can break him down. Now, I don't know way back when if she got money from him, but she just wanted to know his strength. So she told him, you know, after she fucked him, probably sucked his dick, did whatever, way back when, 3000 BC, who fucking knows? And he was laying on her titties, laying however, and she, you know, he said, oh, my strength is my hair. So she's like, okay, cut his hair at night. Just like a lot of you guys do. This is just 2019, where after you fuck a woman and you land on her and you tell her about your life stories, and guess what? Then she just use that against you down the road and she just destroy you, man. Women don't change 5000 BC all the way to now. They have the same programming. It's just the same thing.
Hey, Darius, when you were talking, I was thinking about something earlier. I was thinking about that Michael Jackson song, Do You Remember? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Have you seen, I'm sure you've seen the video at some point. It had Eddie Murphy, Michael Jackson, and that model, I forgot her name. But if you look at that video, there's a lot of red pill content in a lot of these songs and videos and TV shows. If we go back and look at it with a different eye, I thought it hit me when you were talking. Even back in that video, Michael Jackson was playing the role of a poor man, of a jester or whatever, or a magician or whatever he was, who was on a lower social class. And she was married to the Pharaoh, but stepping out on him with Michael Jackson.
And anybody know who, I'm a biblical type of guy, but anybody know, you guys can look up Potiphar's wife. She didn't have a name. And Joseph, but Potiphar's wife, they never gave her a name. I don't know why. She was fucking a slave, and Potiphar, he was like I forgot what he was, like the king of something, whatever he was. He had extremely high status, and what she did was she was fucking Joseph which he was like a slave. He was a king. Okay,
Yep.
he was like a slave, whatever type of guy. Then she found him attractive, and she was fucking him. And then he didn't want to. Joseph the slave, he didn't want to fuck her no more. So she basically lied on him and said, "Oh, he raped me, etc., etc." And he was about to be put to death. But Potiphar's wife, he knew, or the husband, he knew like, okay, she lying, and you know he got his life spared, etc., etc. Then I believe she got killed. I believe so. But that's how these women are. I told you the program is fucking the same.
Wow.
It's the same 3000 BC, 400 AD, 2019. It's gonna be the same after you fucking die. When it's 2238. It's gonna be the same. They're gonna be doing the same thing. They'll just have a different device on how to operate it, how to maneuver, but they're gonna continue to do the same thing. Same different days, same shit. Shout out to Joey G.
Well, to that core, yeah. But the problem is this technology is a double-edged sword because it's caused these women to completely come unravel. But whatever they had on the inside all these years has finally busted out for the whole world to see. And it's just only getting worse, man. It's only getting worse.
Yep. It's sad.
The pendulum is swinging.
And
there was a time in my life that I thought it was just me, man. I thought it was just me.
I did too.
What's wrong with me?
Like I used to sorry to cut you off in flight, and I used to think like some days I used to think like, man, am I the only nigga that's getting flaked on like this? Like bitches, like I used to think like, man, am I the only dude that's going through this shit with these women? And I used to think like, man, I'm just not good with women. Like I used to tell myself that way back when, or I used to get some success, but I'm like, bruh, this is some bullshit. It's like for every 2 women I fucked, 10 women was on some bullshit. It's like, man, then we found this community and group of men. Now we like some dude in Australia dealing with the same shit I'm dealing with. Some dude in Korea and Jamaica. I mean, we all dealing with the same fuck ass shit with these women, and this is not some coincidence.
Yep.
They're programmed like this.
Yep. And I kind of feel like you, like for 30 days right now, I'm going straight monk mode right now. I've been monk for a couple of weeks anyway. I haven't really had a woman since I've been back from the Philippines, but man, I'm here to tell you, man, like you said, no matter where you go, you're gonna run into this to some degree or the other. And I just will never ever fully give my trust to a woman ever again. And I want to also piggyback on what you said about women taking enjoyment of a person's pain. When you look at, it's not just the men that this goes through. I was abused as a child by two women, my natural mother and my adopted mother. My natural mother almost killed me. She broke every bone in my body just about. And when I was adopted, I was 3 months old. You would have thought that I would have been in a better situation, but my adopted mother was abusive too. And she also abused my father and all our other siblings. And I'm here to tell you, she laughed at it. She got off to the pain that she would see children go through. And there are a lot of women out here, when you look at the numbers, they love to inflict pain on others. It doesn't even matter if it's a man. You know, so they do have a Jezebel devil spirit in them, man, and it's got to be stamped out. You know, the Muslims, the Arabs, they got it right. They keep their foot on their neck for a reason.
Like it's and this is why you see so many women. Like, and I'm gonna keep it real, guys. You don't see too many. Like you might see a Tyrone or something like that, like kill or do some bodily damage, or to he come into a situation with a single mom and he do some bodily harm to to a kid. But you rarely see that now. But you see all the time women are killing their own kids, dropping them on the head, throwing them in garbages, and I seen years ago, like some mom, put her newborn in a microwave. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, and blew its body up. And this is what these women are like. This is not a coincidence where we just like, I don't hear men doing this shit. I don't hear fathers doing any of this shit. I hear mothers turning the kids against the father, lying. That's what women do. These are females, and we're dealing with sick individuals. It was all somebody, some woman, I guess, like slept with a 14-year-old boy, and it's a national news somewhat, but I don't know how much time she's getting in jail. And on top of that, they came out with some news that she had it was sick, that she was showing older, like she was showing men she was showing the boys pictures of other men. So she was like a kind of like pressuring the boys to be homophobic too, as well as sucking and fucking these dudes. It was crazy, you know.
Yeah. Well, that leads me to a
Homosexual,
point.
excuse me.
Huh?
Homosexual, I mean.
I want to say something, Darius, and I'm going to be completely honest with the world, man. I never told anybody about this, but it popped up in my head like 2 weeks ago, man. What you just said. I was preteen, had to be like 12, if not 13. Young as fuck, didn't know shit. And I saw this lady. My dad had a business, and she used to come to my dad's business. My dad had a laundromat, and she used to wash her clothes at my dad's laundromat. And she was this older white woman. She was grown with children, white woman. She was like in her 20s, maybe almost 30, but she was sexy. She had long hair to her back, and I'm from the South, so, you know, you don't see that many white girls choosing like that where I was from.
Right.
And this woman, you know, she picked me up in her van, and she took me with her, and we hung out or whatever in her van, and she picked this guy up. And then she brings me to her trailer, and I'm thinking we're all going to go inside. She said, hey, hang out here. I'll be right back in like 5 minutes. So she left me and the guy in the van. I'm in the front row of the first row of the van, and he's in the front seat on the passenger side. I didn't know any better. This guy just turned around, unzipped my pants, and performed oral sex on me. And I had no idea what the fuck had happened. I never told any. I completely forgotten about it until like 2 weeks ago. And it never really affected me, but I forgot that even happened, and she was the mastermind behind it. You know, that's what popped up. Somehow it came up in my head, but you know,
Wait, so
I'm
she
being vulnerable to put that out there like
so question. No big deal. So she drove. So she drove you to. So she drove to like a place, and she said, "Okay, I'm going to hop in this. I'm going to inside somewhere real quick." And he was waiting inside outside in the car with some dude. Was he older? How old was he? If you don't mind me going into detail.
He was grown. They were both adults.
Okay.
They were both adults. They were both white. And I thought we were going into her home to like hang out and watch TV because I wanted her. I was into her. I wasn't thinking about no dude. That's not how I get down.
Right.
And I mean, when it happened so fast, I didn't know what the fuck was happening. He just turned around. He was just bold with it, man. He just did what he did, you know. And then she came out like 2 minutes after that, and he stopped. He didn't go all the way through with it. He started the process, and she came out like maybe 3 minutes of her going inside the trailer, and she knew what she was doing. You know, now that I sit back and think about it, she did that on purpose.
Yeah.
You know.
You understand a lot of these women
are, man.
A lot of these women, and I honestly, what a lot of these women, man, they so, guys, it goes really deep. Like, if you get into the see, too many guys talk about like flaking and different things, but you got to get under the surface when you're dealing with these women, as far as in the spiritual realm, because you can see a lot of the fuckery that they pull, and you can add it like 1 + 1 = 2. You're like, oh shit, and you can almost see and predict the things that they're gonna do if you're on that level mentally. So that's why I say it's paramount you guys come into these live streams, because this is the type of stuff we talk about. The average woman is mentally ill. She's not right in the head.
Yep.
And it's a sad world we're living in. And Jesus Christ, it's like you might as well stay single, because you don't know what they can pull. Like, they can pull any. Like, guys, you understand? The woman you're dealing with right now that you're into, do you know she could be doing witchcraft at home? Do you know she could be doing killing cats and doing all, or fucking dudes? Like, this is it's a sick, cynical world when we living in. I think women, the more guys wake up, the better off we are. Now, you don't have to hate women. You can have exchange pleasantries or whatnot, but you got to be really careful. You got to really know what's going on out there.
Yeah. And even if you travel abroad, guys, there are women out there just as scandalous as well. They're not on the same level as these women here are on a whole other level. But you still got to be careful, because there's pockets of these type women. That feminism is spreading over into other countries now. I just saw a video in Brazil where this fat girl, a priest was on the stage giving a sermon, And the girl ran up on the stage, just pushed him off the stage. He fell all the way off the stage, and she just laughed about it. On national
What
worldwide
the
TV.
fuck? Hey, send me that.
Yeah.
Send me the video right after this phone call to my phone. What the? So wait.
Yes, I'll send it to you.
So he was. I don't want to laugh, but it's like, what the fuck? These bitches get out of hand. So she was on the He was on the pastor was on the stage, and the girl, was she older or younger? Was she like, younger chick?
The girl had to be like 18, 19, 21.
So she pushed him off the stage, and man, like, was the stage, was it kind of far down?
Stood there laughing.
Was it kind of far down a little bit, or?
Oh, that drop was kind of deep. That was a steep drop. That he was up on the stage. So, and then he got back up and he didn't press charges. These girls they do some real fuck shit and they get away with murder, literally. Man.
These are demons, guys. I tell you, we're dealing with demons, bro. Like, y'all gotta understand,
and we have
man.
a demonic system that's financing them and rewarding them for the fuck shit that they do. And themselves.
Man, this is shout out to Howard Cooper. I ain't see you in here, brother. That's young chick. Yeah, this man, bro. This is what I tell you. Like, it is good to okay. You can learn how to interact with women, deal with women, pick up and all. But y'all need to really learn the nature of them. Like, it's sick. What we dealing with, man. Y'all gotta be careful because any bitch will pull some shit on you. She was fat. Howard Cooper said she was fat too. Probably why. But man.
Hey, Derek, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, brother.
You ever had a situation where it was a mother and daughter that wanted you?
Yes. Yes.
How did you deal with that?
Since I got a story time. Well, it was actually, excuse me. I actually fucked. Okay, I fucked two sisters, and okay, I'll tell you how it went. Okay, because I kind of told y'all a little bit, but I didn't tell you about the mother that came on to me and that like grabbed my butt a little bit, and she knew that I fucked both. I know she knew I fucked both. I know she knew I fucked one sister, but I knew she knew I fucked both. So this what happened. It was this one chick, and it was a white chick I was fucking with, and I used to come to her house, and she lived with her parents in the basement. She was a cute chick, and then I was fucking her. I fucked her like 6 times, and after that, she kind of, we supposed to hang out again, but she drifted off, ghosted, whatever. Used to. Maybe about a year later, I was at the store, and I just so happened to meet a white chick, another chick, and the chick, I think I told y'all last stream, we hung out, and she was like, yeah, my sister? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, no, at first I was like, oh, I know who that is, and I knew who it was because I had fucked her a year ago. And she was like, she said, y'all used to mess around or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, I think we did. And then she did, like maybe 45 minutes later, she said, oh, you don't mind if we still talk, do we? And I'm looking like, I'm like, so I fucked, and I'm like, okay, cool. So thing was, I fucked her a couple times, and then like 3 times, matter of fact. And then after that, I had linked up with the other sister again. Because I'm like, okay, it's cool. Her sister didn't care about it, so I might as well link up again. So I hit her up again on Facebook. We linked up, and I go to her house and I fuck her again. And then I happened to stay overnight. And then her mom was up in the kitchen, and I go up there and cause I went to use the bathroom, and she said, hey, how's it going? And then she gave me a hug, and then she touched my arm, and she literally grabbed my ass. Okay, okay, how do I explain it? Because I'm gonna. The balls? Okay, it's the balls right here, and then you got the line right here, and then you have your shithole, and you got your butt. Anyway, she grabbed my ass where the back of my balls was, and then she's like, you're a really handsome guy. And I'm like,
wow.
and I'm like, and her mom knew about me, basically fucking her both of her sisters. She knew, at least one of them. And I'm looking like, it's crazy. And that was the only time a woman really came on, like a mom really came on to me. It was, he said, the frontal, the frontal, I should know that shit, I'm embarrassed. But, and that's how it was. It's just, and here's the thing, if I would have said, hey, let's go down here and fuck me, and let me fuck you and your mom, she would be down. Like, because you understand, women always need dick too. They always need dick. Yep. She can be married, she can be whatever. If a woman finds you attractive, and on top of that, if you're fucking their daughter and you are of age, she gonna be like, damn, she gonna be feeling jealous. She gonna be like, man, my daughter getting fucked down there by an attractive guy or handsome guy. Now I don't know if she had a man or whatever, but they're gonna feel some type of way. They're gonna be like, they're gonna try to shoot their shot at you because they don't want their daughter to do better than them. So that's how it be, man.
Did you feel awkward about the situation?
I didn't feel awkward. I was like, cause they mom, the two sisters was cute chicks, but their mom was kind of cute. She had some big ass titties. Older, little older woman, but I was like, man, shit. Well, I was like, it was weird, but I was like, and I just knew like, she was a whore. Both sisters were sluts. And I knew their mom didn't give a fuck. I knew their mom knew how they were, and
That's where they learned it from.
Exactly. Speaking of something we're learning from, I told y'all, I think a couple streams ago with this woman, we was hanging out going for a walk and everything, and she was like, yeah, I love sucking dick. I was like, oh, and she was like, and then we just talk, I swear to God, and we talking, and she's like, you know who taught me? She's like, you'll never guess. And I'm like, she's like, you guess. I was like, oh no, your sister, your a friend. She's like, nope. And she's like, you ready? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. She's like, my mom taught me. I'm like, yo, what the? I'm like, your mom? She's like, yeah, we used to be practicing on different objects. And I'm like, your mother taught you? She's like, yep, she taught me at 17 years old, before she went to college and graduated high school and all that. I'm like, and these moms be on that freaky ass shit. Like, real talk, man. They be, it's crazy, man.
And I'm glad you shared that story with me because when we've been talking, I just be thinking random stories with women just come up, man. And I was thinking about I met this woman on Tinder here in the U.S. and she was Dominican. She was Dominican Republic, and man, that woman could get some fire head, man. And she was one of them women. She cooked for you, Dominican women, cook
right.
for you. I used to come over to a crib, hit a little bit of weed, and she take care of me. But her daughters were living in an apartment, and they shared one room, and that room was right next to hers, and that wall was so thin that you could hear. I know those girls heard us having sex in that room, and so when I went when I went to go to Puerto Rico to see girl with her ass blown out, I left my car with her. With the Dominican chick, she didn't have a car, so I was like, well, fuck it, hold on to my car. I'm a nice guy, so I'm like, yo, hold on to my car. It's a brand new car. I'm like, yo, hold on to it. Just put gas in and make sure you don't wreck it or nothing, and clean it up. And she did that, And so when I got back to the town, she picked me up at the airport or whatever. And then we did our thing or whatever. And I just noticed her every time I would come out the room, her oldest daughter, would be looking at me like she would come out the room and just be looking at me down the hallway, So one day I was on Tinder. And I was swiping or whatever, and I swiped on her daughter. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to see what she do. And I swiped right. Guess what? She swiped right. And I could have went there, but I had more respect for myself and for her mother and her daughter to not go there. But I know if I would have responded, I could have got that pussy. You know what I mean? And she was like, right at, like, just turned 18. Fresh out of high school. Young and hot. And she heard me fucking her mom. I know she wanted it, and I was just like, yo, I can't go there, man. I got more respect for her than that, But I wanted to, though. Dominican, too, So it just let me know just how the women, and I know she told her mom. I know she told her mama, and her mom ain't say nothing to me. I was still fucking her mom. Man,
stallions, man. These bitches be, man, I always feel like these bitches is straight stallions. They be fuck, because you got to understand, these bitches is solid. They guys, we fucking with, like, these are natural born cocksuckers. Like, y'all think I'm joking. Like, guys, that's why I tell y'all, if y'all come here in Chicago, I just know women that, I'm like, yo, I'll shoot you this number, and then all you gotta say is, hey, what's up, and, chop it up a little bit, then man, you got, these bitches is straight, like, scoundrel. It's so sad, like, and that's why I laugh, like guys say, oh, I'm an incel. It's impossible because women are just giving it up. Like, this is a sexual revolution where women need to have sex. Man, they nasty. Jeremy said they so nasty, but I love it. Hell yeah, I love that shit, man. I love, get my dick and balls sore. No homo. But anyway, let's continue.
I love getting my soul sucked out.
Man.
From the back.
Man. Listen, shit, True. And I don't want to say that we adding fuel to the fire. You can say that if we since we doing, but at this point, it's like,
It's our
man,
nature we're talking about. It's our biological nature to
Yeah.
desire. It's like, oh man, it's like the Venus flytrap, man. That you know the fly, he can't help it. He gonna go to the trap.
to stain a
That
little.
trap is so seductive.
Man, I'm talking about, man. I done stained some bitches in my life, and I'm like, all you hear is just straight.
That shit sound like macaroni and cheese, man. I love them girls when they sound like macaroni and cheese, man. When you go in them.
All you hear is like ass on meat. I'm like,
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Man.
oh,
Man, this is like come to
shit.
Jesus night tonight, man. Look, man, yo, I remember one night you was talking about fucking fat bitches, and
Man,
I was
hey,
sitting here
you
rolling.
said
You
fat
described
bitches.
me to it, and I'm like, yo, I'm guilty as charged, man.
Man, I remember this one chick, this what happened. She probably watching the stream too. I was fucking her. Like she had got back in touch with
She
me.
watching.
She's hold on one second.
Yeah.
Anyway, this what happened. She probably watching too. I think she probably is. But anyway, she got back in contact with me like 2 weeks ago, and because I had blocked her. And if y'all don't remember, some chick that used to that was commenting like Peaches or something like that, XOXO. Anyway, it was this bitch that was like, Darius, unblock me, because I remember she had flaked like twice, and I said, man, I just blocked her. I didn't want to deal with her. And but she was a good fuck and a good, so she was a solid ass like white chick, 5'9", thick. I mean, I'm talking about solid. Anyway, she would start acting goofy and shit, and then she had told me like she came over. She was like, yeah, I want to come over. I got to see you. And but the thing about it is how she got back in touch with me. She messaged me from like a texting app. She's like, baby, please unblock me. I gotta come see you. She's like, and then she came over a couple weeks ago on a Friday. I'm like, damn, this bitch is crazy. And I was like, so she came over, and then we were just talking and chopping it up, and she was like, please don't block me again. I just need to see you. And then what happened was some tech. I don't know what the fuck the app was. But she told me how she got back in touch and what she did. So she said, oh, I went to see this. I'm kind of dating or in a relationship with this dude, and this is why I don't trust bitches. She said, I'm in a relationship with this guy. I'm with him. He has good dick, but we go out and hang out and shit. She was telling me that they went out to like Lakeshore Drive, and they was hanging out, doing all this stuff. And she was like, but I need you, something about you, I gotta have you. So she came over, we smashed, and she's like, yeah, I want to see you again. I'm like, dude, you in a like relationship with this dude and she showed me the pictures on social media that they take. I'm like, this is bogus. She probably watching right now, most likely. But it's like this how these bitches be, bro. They like when a woman wants you, my brothers. That's why I tell you, they are savages, man. That's why I can't be in a relationship, man. I can't fuck with these bitches like that.
Yeah, no, there's I've dated so many married women that I didn't even know they were married. They so deceptive.
Man.
They so deceptive.
Man, that's why I say, man, y'all better smash and dash these bitches. And I'm no bullshit. I keep telling y'all how savage these women operate. And y'all think I just be, man, Darius, you just talking shit. It might sound funny with me and M Flight talking on the phone right now on the line, but this shit is real, man. Like this shit, it don't get no worse. It's gonna get worse, but it don't get no real than this.
That's right. And I just want to say this, man. Like with the married women, man, I did. It was 3 different races. One was white, one was black, and one was Canadian Filipina. And the first one was a woman. I was like 20, 19 years old. Her name was Tanya. She was married to a Jamaican brother. Almost got me in some trouble, man, because I didn't know. And then he told me and was like, he was like, yo, I need your number. I need to talk to you. And I called. He's like, yo, you fucking my wife? And I was like, huh? And then he went off on me, man. He was trying to find out where I was and all that, And I think that she came to me that same day and she was crying, like, I love him, but he just don't do me right and telling me all this. And I was so stupid. I didn't know what she was talking about. But now that I'm older, I'm like, that bitch was shit. And then the Filipina was the next one. She got me all the way down to Cancun to wait till she tell me she was married. I said, why didn't you tell me you were married when we met in Las Vegas? She said, because you didn't ask. I said, okay, all right, gang. Now I know. So the third woman I met, I met her. It's a whole nother story with that, but her name was Nancy. She lived in Rochester, New York. I met her on one of my flights I was working. And so she picked me up, and I brought a bitch with me. The new bitch I just met in the airport to come meet her. She picked me up and her and gave the girl a ride home. And then on the way to her place, to her hotel, I said, are you married? She said, we'll talk about it later.
That's how they be, bro.
Oh, there's another one. There's two more women, two white women. I just forgot about three white women. One was in Minneapolis, another one was in New York, and another one was in Texas. All three are married. So I've fucked about 6 or 7 married women. And some of them will tell you, and most of them won't. Unless you ask. If you don't ask, they're not going to tell you. And you got to ask the right questions, guys, out here. These women out here, they're not going to, and even then, they might not tell you the truth.
It's a scary world out there, man. It's like dealing with women. That's why this is so paramount when we have these live streams and videos and these channels, because, like, so many men think shit's sweet out here and they think everything good, but it's not. Dealing with these women on this planet, man. They'll fuck your life up mentally, financially, emotionally. Like, and you be sitting there.
Darius, you ever had a stalker?
Yeah, I had a few stalkers, man. Like fucking.
How did you get over that, man? 'Cause that's some scary shit, man. It's funny games till they show up at your house.
Well, oh yeah, they showed up like real talk. Crazy. How I got over it, I was like, I kind of okay. This is how you get over a stalker, guys. You just fuck them, but you give them like, it's kind of like they're like crack fiends, but you like give them you still like, let's say she comes over your house on a Friday, she stalking you, she shows up unannounced. You fuck her on Friday, and you come back, have her say you busy, you tell her come back 2 weeks later. Then that day you tell her come back a month later. Then you tell her, hey, come back 2 months later. So then you're just kind of filtering her out, and you still giving her doses, but she's you giving her kind of like a crack, like an addict. You just giving them time to.
Her off.
You're right, slowly but surely. So then after then 3 months go down, then she's like, oh, I don't need to see him no more. Then 4 months. That's how you do an addict like that, man. A stalker, I should say. I've been there 3 times actually. So moving crazy.
I had about 2. She showed up at my crib and jogged, tried to run me over, chased me down the highway. It was crazy, man. It's crazy. Crazy women, man. And I never saw her coming. She seemed so nice in the beginning, man. I've had several women say that I had their babies. I've had 2 white women and 2 black women say, I'm pregnant and it's your baby.
Man. I had this one chick, she was like, she wanted to fuck me. Like, she was really attractive too. Like, if I'd have my daughters, I would have busted in that bitch easy. Like, cause she was a good looking girl, and I'm like, man. And I remember I used to go out and get dapped from dudes, like random dudes, and she was a really good looking girl. And I was like, man, I had thought about, taking the rubber off and busting in her, but something told me, something was like, dude, she looked good. It was like, don't do it. And I'm like, fuck. And then we used to always hang out, and she was like, she was 27 at the time, and she had just got her master's degree in human resources management, something like that. And she was like, she wanted a family, and she told me she had got adopted and shit, so she wanted that like family type of thing. And I'm like, and I will never forget, we was getting ready to go out to the mall and to another spot, and then she was like, hey, you need to fuck me. And then so I'm like, all right, so I bend her over. And I went in raw by mistake. I'm like, fuck. And I didn't bust in her. But then like 2 weeks later, she was like, hey, she was most likely ovulated. That's how bitches know. Like, they're not dumb. So then she said, hey, I missed my period. I haven't got it yet. Excuse me. So I was like, oh shit. And in my head, like, damn, man. Because my kid's mom, she was already threatening me with some child support on some dumb shit, but she wouldn't go through it. So I'm thinking in my head, like, I think that's the only reason I didn't bust in that bitch raw, like, and try to knock her up, because I was dealing with shit from my kid's mom anyway. So then she I remember she had she did a pregnancy test and she said, hey, you know, here it is, and she sent it to me and she's like a picture and she's like, I'm not pregnant. I'm like, thank God, man. That's the last time I fucked that bitch raw. And I think that's why she drifted off too, because you gotta understand, guys, when a woman if you don't give her what she wants, a lot of time that's a baby. That is a child. What'll happen is she'll just drift off. She'll be like, oh, he using condoms too many times, and she'll go to a dude that ain't, you know, that's gonna give her a child. Y'all think I'm joking? This shit real.
Hey, it's real, because then I've had women tell me, I put the condom on and say, well, I'm allergic to latex. Or they say, you don't need no condom, we've been fucking around, you know, you don't got, I'm clean, I ain't gonna get pregnant. I done had that happen so many times, I don't lost count.
That's how it be, man.
And what I do, every time, take the motherfucking condom off.
Exactly. Then they'll say like, oh, the condoms hurt. You know, they don't feel good. Like, you know, they say they allergic to some stupid shit like that at the last minute. Man, these bitches, they like to fuck raw, man. It's crazy.
Raw.
Man. Straight fucking skin on skin. Yeah, it feel good, but then that child support and those STDs don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like it be times I'll be wanting to go in raw. Like, man, I've been fucking this bitch like for 2 months, and I'm like, it's been consistent. I fucked it like 7 times. I'm like, man, like I just want to feel how that
devil on your shoulder be trying to, hey, you can pull it off. You ain't gotta worry about it. Just pull out. But the age you be like, don't do it.
I'm like, man, and I just say, man, all right, I'm just gonna chill, you know. You know, and I'll be mad as hell because I'm like, man, fuck, man. But I just know, I know better, you know.
Yeah. And when you know better, you do better, man. And you know, another thing I was gonna say, man, this is like a come to Jesus moment. Another one, man. I thought of something else that happened to me, man. I was in high school and I was real popular. I was a drum major. I had a scholarship on my way to college and whatnot, and I was kind of popular. And this teacher, I fucked the teacher, and we almost got caught by the police.
How so? How did that? Like, was it like where? How?
We met at the school or whatever. And she had these big titties. She was black. Her name was Tasha, and she had this real nice high pitched voice. And I'm gonna tell you what's the craziest part of it in a second. I don't know how we ended up hooking up, man. Like, it was just there. She chose me, man, from school. And I was about 16, 17. No, I was 16. I was 16. And so I ended up staying after school a lot because I was doing extracurricular activities. So after my extracurricular activity, I had another extracurricular activity. And so I remember she drove a Kia, and we was in the Kia. It was wintertime, so the windows was fogged up. So she started getting me dome and everything in the front seat or whatever. Knock, knock, knock. Damn police. And he said, ma'am, what are you two doing? I was, no, I'm just giving them a ride home. And he said, oh, okay. All right, have a good night. And he knew what was up. And she was like, ooh, I almost got caught. She went back to blowing me dome. And she ended up coming to my grandma's house and told my grandma she wanted to marry me, and my grandma was trying to get me to marry the woman.
Hey, I remember. Hey, I just had a little. I just thought about some shit. I remember years ago I was fucking this bitch, and we was it was a pull-out method, right? And I'm smashing her, and it was so fucking good one time. It was so good one time. I'm going and going. And then I pull out, and I was like, man, fuck you, man. I was mad as hell. Because I was like, man, I want to lead that motherfucker in because it was so, I was like, man, fuck you, man. I'm sick of this shit. And then, you know, it was, man, I had some of these little deals with women, man. It'd be funny. The fucking stories I tell y'all, man. Oh, I never forget this one chick. Last one. That you can have the floor again. She told me, she said, yeah, she met me again. She said, I fucked you she said, we hung out like 5 years ago. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? We never hung out or fucked 5 years ago. She's like, yeah, we did. Do you know this bitch? She was like, so she came over again, little jump off. She was like, and she showed me the text message from 5 fucking years ago. I swear to God. God is my way. I'm like, how the fuck? I'm like,
these girls hold on at records.
Man, and that's what's crazy. These women hold on to, they're sick beings. And if you think they don't hold on, They don't hold on to other dudes like dicks and shit and other dudes' messages. They keep that shit. Real shit. It's real talk, man. They crazy.
Like a file cabinet. That's why this Me Too movement is so bad for those guys that's like 30 years ago. They can bring all the shit up, like proof. Pictures and text messages. They got all that.
5 fucking years. Y'all think man, I got, and a lot of guys, some of you guys listen, y'all know what I'm saying. Other guys don't, y'all don't got that much experience dealing with women. Some of y'all have some of y'all, don't have much, but it's how I be, man. When you out there in the field, like me and M Flight, if you done field work and you out there with these different countries, interacting with different sluts, man, you start, you never the same. Like it's his thing, guys. It's one thing to watch a MGTOW video, a Red Pill video, Itmore video, whatever, about female nature and hypergamy and all. But if you in the field doing field work out there, outside, dealing with these bitches and shit on different levels and different venues and cities, man, you know what it really is. You know what it's really like.
I think Darius, if you could get a degree for this, man, you would have a doctorate degree in fucking these hoes.
And you would, hey, listen, you would too. You've been to. I want to go to the Dominican Republic. They tell me they be beheading motherfuckers and killing people out there. That's what's going on.
Yeah, it's getting a little wild out there, but man, that's a whole nother story, man. I didn't know I was seeing a prostitute. I thought the girl was choosing me because I was just so fly. I was on the beach. I didn't know the bitch was trying to get $20 out of me.
These bitches be
I'm
going,
like, wait,
man.
what?
Everything they be going. And the thing about it is, man, that's why it's so. I'm glad I've had like the experiences I have with women, and I'm glad that I don't got. Ironically, I have no STDs. Now I'm not just bullshit. I have nothing. I'm so grateful because it's been. I
got burned one time.
It's been times like where I just said, man, I'm a fuck. She looks so fucking good. I'm like, man, I just need to see how that shit feel all the way. Like fuck her and I get outside. Like man, because it sometimes it be like a year or 2 years or like 3 years or a month, and I ain't fuck a bitch raw. And I'm like, man, I gotta see how this. And then you and the bitch look good as hell. So you like, man, I might as well get the full motherfucking feeling. And and you go down and slip down there, and shit happens. But now I'm just ever since I got custody of my daughters and shit, and I've gone through the bullshit. I ain't fuck a bitch raw. I'm like, fucking 3.5 years, man. I said I ain't going that route. Fuck that.
Man, I ain't fucked a bitch raw about 3.5 months.
Hey, shit.
Man, I ski. And I'm gonna tell you, man, like man, that feeling when you busted a bitch, that's like out of this body. It's a feeling like none other.
Man.
It's a drug in itself. That's like heroin or something. That 22 seconds. Minister Jap said it. That 22 seconds. Be the best 22 seconds of your life.
Man, it's and that's why like it's like something. It's you can't replicate that shit on earth. Like especially if she got a fat ass and a pussy gripping, you like, man, and if she throwing it back and she doing the work, you sitting there, man, that's 22 seconds of fucking heroin. And honestly, we ain't lasting that long, especially if you fucking bitch raw, like I said before, you last about fucking 30 seconds or a minute. You ain't, no, it feel like a long time, but you understand, think of this, guys. If you on skin pussy and dick, and she throwing her shit back, how many pumps you think you gonna last? Because this is a pump. 1, 2. I ain't talking about 1, 2. I'm talking about 1, and that motherfucker grip back, and she go again, and that motherfucker grip back. That's 2. Man, you ain't you lasting about.
Nah, I gotta disagree with you on that, D.
How long you lasting, buddy?
I have to be mind over matter. I have like mind control over my penis. I say, okay, I'm a bust off at this point in time, but right now I'm just gonna go through the motion. It's about, because I'm a selfless lover, so I'll be like, it's about her right now. I'm trying to make her get about a couple of nuts off before I get one. You know what I mean? So, it's just in my mind. I have my mind fixed up to where I don't. But if I don't, then I slip up and I nut quick.
Mm-hmm. And if she get in the groove, like, and I told some of you guys, like, if you got a condom on, and don't let her throw her ass back and you thrust it. Like, one of y'all should be doing it, because that's how the rubber will break and it'll snap. And these bitches know. You know what I'm saying? They know how this shit go, man. They be getting down. I remember I was fucking this little Spanish chick. I think I told y'all this shit, man. Like, it was years ago. Right, I think it was years ago. And I was fucking this bitch, and she throwing this shit back while I'm thrusting, and then I feel something different, like, and I'm like, this shit feels good as hell. I'm like, man, I remember this man, and I'm just sitting there like, you know, and the shit it felt like 1,000 times different. And out of mind, I ended up busting in the bitch, and I pull out, and the motherfucking ring around my the ring around my shit.
But you know,
And I'm like, man, I'm like, fuck. And I'm thinking in my head like, yo, I could just leave because we was kind of in the dark, because she had put her sons to sleep upstairs, and I'm like, the TV was kind of on. I'm like, I could just leave and act like nothing happened. But I'm thinking like, yo, what if she come back and try to test me if she get pregnant? So then, and then I said, hey, yo, let me go get to the Walgreens or the CVS and get a Plan B. It was like 1 a.m. She's like, then her whole tune switched up, and she was like, why, baby?
Yeah.
She's like, why? You don't need to get that. And I'm like, yo, and I'm like, if she. And that's why when you buzzing bitches, that's how they be, man. They think they control you. And then she's like, I'm not gonna take it. And I was like, listen, baby. And I had to butter her up. I had to get her some Wendy's and shit. I gave her it was like a whole shit show at night. And then on top of that, when I got back with the Plan B, I had to make sure she took it, cause she had put it in her mouth, and then I was like, let me see, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, I took it, and I'm like, and then after that, and I'm like, cause I remember I was like, take it, so we can go back to the couch and cuddle. And she like, okay, cause I had to get her comfortable. Like, I'm like, come on, baby, take it so we can go back and cuddle and watch this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you had to finesse her.
Right, it's Vanessa, dumbass. So she took it, swallowed. I'm like, man, bitch, fuck you, man. I'm out of here. I said, man, I'm out of here, man. And she like, really?
I got a
Like,
similar story to that, D. I was working I was based in Miami, working for American Airlines. Fuck it, I don't care. I was working for American Airlines, and I met this girl. We met in training in Dallas, and she followed me all the way to Miami. I was based in Miami. She was based in Dallas. She transferred. She was that fucking crazy. She was fine as shit. She was Italian. The girl cooked for me. I mean, she was just like one, but she was crazy as shit. And so one day we was leaving Miami Beach, and we driving. This was 2012. I'm driving. I rented a Ford Mustang, a convertible. So I'm driving, and we had friends on the beach, and we were talking, and then she started tripping. Why are you talking to them? Why are you being all friendly to them? I'm like, yo, they're just people that we know. Like, and she started really bitching at me about it. Then she popped me in the head. So I punched her in the head back. She punched me. I punched her back in the head. And I said, keep your fucking hands to yourself. She hit me after that. So we always had like drama. You know, she was always threatening to get me fired. I'll go to your manager and get you fired, you know. But we had like the craziest sex that you would not imagine. And she was beautiful. And I finally had enough. And she hit me. She said, I think I'm pregnant. I said, okay. All right, okay. And she kept like playing that. It was a shit test pretty much.
right.
So I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to the nearest drugstore. And you're going to take, because she had been hounding me for like 3 months talking about she's pregnant. And I had to wait till I got on probation from my job to make this next move. So I had just crossed the finish line, just got on probation, new hire probation. The same day, we went to the CVS. I said in my mind, I got two choices, okay? If she's pregnant, I'm going to try to be with her because, I want to make sure we try to have some type of co-parent relationship. And she's not a bad girl, you know, not bad looking, but crazy as cat shit. But if she ain't pregnant, it's deuces. So I didn't tell her that till we got back to the apartment. So I stood over her. She went to the toilet. I paid for the test myself. I didn't trust her to buy the test. I bought the test. Sat her down on the toilet and stood over her with my arms folded. And I said, okay, here it is. What's the deal? So she pissed on the stick and she showed me. And I was like, I can't do this no more. We're done.
Here's the thing.
Right there on the spot.
Do you everybody remember the best hit they got from a bitch? And it was like a demonic type of head. Like some demonic.
Oh yeah, that
shit.
wicked head.
It was like a wicked, demonic, witchy head. Like she was literally trying to take your soul Like literally, there are literally guys. There are women on this planet who are, I call them soul snatchers. Like
Soul snatchers.
like they will snatch you. So I'll never forget. I was dealing with this woman. And it was what's that bitch name? Her name was fuck. Jennifer. There we go. With one N. I know I'm with one N. I will give her a last name, but some of y'all might be on some fucking stalker shit. Anyway, her name was Jennifer. Oh my God, she used to. I mean, like she used to destroy me, and I never forget. Like I remember we had went out to eat or some shit like that, and she came. I went back to her place. This bitch was giving me. I never forget. She gave me some bomb head, and I was drunk a little bit. She had drunk a little bit. She was giving me some head so crazy. She threw up on my dick, wiped that shit off, literally wiped it off with one motherfucking hand, and kept going. That's how I knew she. That's how I knew she was a demon.
Wow.
That's how I knew she was a demon.
Yeah,
I never
that's
forget.
on another level.
That's
Wow.
on. That's on some. And yes, that's somebody. I mean, his thing. If y'all want to know what that bitch is, y'all gotta pay me because that's. But the thing about it is the reason why we didn't continue our shits is because like she had got like two. She was dealing with a lot of depression. I noticed women that give crazy head like that, they got depression. They depression. They got mental issues, end up depressants.
Yeah.
The women that get the best sex, they have like a whole bunch of stuff going on in their life, and they can't handle. So they take the pain out on not the pain out, but they rather give you pleasure to see you get off and whatnot. So it's a lot of women like that that's in this world, man.
Like masochistic. And like going back to the Italian girl, her name was Jackie. She used to slit her wrist. She tried to kill herself one time before I met her.
Soul
And
snatch.
she got committed into a insane asylum at one point. And if you look at her, you couldn't tell. She was so fine and so sweet, and but she was crazy as cat shit. And now she done blew up. She pulled the pin. She's fat as shit now. And that's another thing. A lot of these girls that I used to like or I used to fuck with, a lot of them fat as shit now, man.
Soul snatchers. That's what I call them. There's a lot of soul snatchers in this world. You can, man, it's a lot. But the thing about it is, man, that's why I don't like when guys talk about like men that take the rail but they can't get laid. Man, this shit is like, it's so effortless. I can't like sometimes I can't believe how easy it is. But again, if a woman wants you, she gonna make it extremely easy. She gonna she gonna make that shit happen.
She'll go out her way.
Man, she'll go out her way, bro. Like that's why I tell y'all in these videos, man. All this whining and dying, all this chivalry ass stuff, man.
Not necessary.
Yeah, not even. Man, they will bring you food. They will make sure. Yeah, you got to be high value, but I mean, here's the thing. It's all subjective because some women they might just like tall black guys, and they'll just go for me like easy. Like I'm gonna. It's like nothing. Some women like dudes with status. Some women like this. It's all subjective when it comes to women. That's why these women are you don't know what they like until your dick in their mouth. Then you're like, oh shit, this bitch is she on that type of level, So that'd be.
And you ever had a chick that that didn't have good head or sex that was drama? Like, bitch, your sex ain't even worth all this frustration.
No, I had a bitch. Her sex wasn't good. Her head was like nothing. It was like trash. From a scale of 1 to 10, her head was like a fucking 2. That shit was horrible. But think about it, she was such a good woman, and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, and I remember she called me fucking with this one chick, like in my phone, and everything. But she was such a good woman. But I'm like, damn, bitch, your sex is trash. And I was trying to like, and I remember I told him like, listen, we gotta get better with this shit because I want to keep you around this shit. But I'm like, man, I told her like I got needs. I remember texting. She was like, okay, and I'm like, and it was just like she was so stiff. But the thing about it, she was like, she was raised. She was homeschooled, and she went to like some Christian university. So she was almost pretty much sheltered type of shit.
She was real square.
Yeah, but she had all her P's and Q's done as far as taking care of man, homely, like baking, all types of. She was like a bake, all types of shit. She had everything going. I'm like, man, and I was trying to make shit like happen. She was like again, like a starfish. Like she ain't had no arch in her back. I'm like, man, this shit. I'm like, man,
Yeah, just laid her like a dead rock.
her head game like she barely went down on the tip, and she was like coughing. I'm like, what the fuck are you? I'm like, man, that's why I was like, I never forget. I'm like, man, it's hard to not keep this bitch around because she's so good, but it's like everything else is like, man, you just horrible. You a horrible person. Like when it comes to sex,
Hey,
you
yo.
know.
Hey, man, you triggered another memory, man. I was fucking this white chick one time, man, and her pussy was shit. And this was the first time we fucked. And I'm sorry. I just pulled out the bitch, and I was like, man, I can't do this. Your pussy shit. And I walked out the door, didn't say another word.
That's how I be, man.
I
Sometimes it be
couldn't
like
help it,
that.
man. It was a half. I met like 3 or 4 women like that where I can't do nothing with them, man. They could be, 9 out of 10 stars, but that's that 1 star missing. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's how that should be though. A lot of the times, like I never forget, I had fucked this one chick, and it felt like I sunk into a vagina. Like that's how good it was. And I remember she was telling me, she was like, because I was at work and I had got off work. I had went on my work on my lunch break because I worked overnight. And she like, yeah, come over real quick and everything. And she let me through like the back and through her house. And she was like, I'm telling you, my pussy good. I'm like, man, every bitch say that shit. She was like, I'm serious, you'll feel it. And I, drove there. She lived like 15 minutes away from my job, so I went to her crib. It felt like I was. That might have been the best pussy, but I had fucked her once, and she was on some dumb shit like afterwards. I'm like, yo, man, I'm like, she was, but that's probably the best pussy I've probably had that I can think of, because she told me how good it is. And a lot of women will tell you how good this shit is, but until
And can't back it up.
and can't back it up with shit. And I think I still know where that bitch lived at her house at, but that's a whole other story. But that's how I be. So yeah, man. Me and M Flight, we can talk about chick stories all fucking night. What's the next topic, my brothers?
Yep.
Let me see.
I'm gonna get off this line, but I'm gonna say one thing real quick. Just wrapping things up here. And this just goes to show, like you said with the whole incel thing. Maybe that is happening to them, but I really haven't lived that life, and I'm here to say our problem isn't about when they try to shoot us down and say, oh, y'all can't get women. You just mad because no, this ain't the issue. The issue is the aftermath where we have to, once we get with these women, what we have to deal with in this court system and all this other junk that's going on. Our beef ain't with not being able to get women. That ain't the point. The problem is how they wreck your life in the long run.
Yep.
I'm gone, baby.
Love you, brother.
Thanks
Take
for your
care,
time, man.
Yes, sir.
You too. Yep.
And that's the thing, guys. Like, the issue is not getting laid. That's like, I don't even think about that's nothing. The issue is the aftermath, the games, all the bullshit, the mental anxiety that they can dish out to your life, like all the fuckery that they can dish. They can destroy. They can have you depressed. You ain't taking showers for 3-4 days. You ain't eating. That's what a woman can do to you. As well as take your bread and your money and your kid. It's like that's the issue.